Stand by to initiate release sequencer. On my mark. 5.
We're on express elevator to hell. Going down.
2. 1. Mark.
Welcome back to the Resupply with me, Guy Next Door.
Me, DK.
And me, Fan.
Bringing you your weekly double tap of all things Space Marines and Laser Force. Hello, everyone. How we doing?
Doing good. Don't steal my joke, Stallion. God damn it.
This fucking sound alert thing, I don't know what that guy's up to. Go away.
Ban that guy.
I don't know how to... I played with the thing earlier in the week, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. All it is annoying.
This guy is worse than the paperclip. Hey, it looks like you're writing a resume.
But for some reason, like, it's able to control my lights. I didn't do that. It's like, hey, I've got an announcement for you. Fuck off.
You have been hacked.
Shit. Hello to you, chat. Hope everyone's good, except for you, sound alerts. You really annoy me.
You go fuck right off.
Cheers. I don't know why that light didn't turn on. I think the sound bot's just taken over. It's like, no, only I get lights. No blue lights. Let's just quickly check that real quick. Just real quick.
Soon it will be launching all 2 of New Zealand's missiles, and then we'll just be Armageddon.
We don't have missiles. Good one. Quality content always. Maniac, you get what you pay for. In which your case, you get what everyone else pays for. Very nice to see you all. Hope you had a good week, boys. How are we doing? What's new? What's going on? What's happening in your neck of the woods?
I mean, in positive news, Snowmageddon Part 2 happened. That's the sequel, and the sequel's never quite as good as the original.
Yeah, we'll let Than describe how interesting his week was.
Oh my god. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, you are now entitled to content.
Thank you very much, Russ. I know BC Guy Next Door is very happy about that. Appreciate that.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Super excited. Yeah. No, so for those of you not keeping up at home, Texas got hit with another
keeping up at home
winter storm.
No one.
Who could have seen it coming?
I know it's
who
anyway. It's weird, but yeah. Fortunately, not as bad as last year. I didn't lose power this year, which is it is yes, it is amazing how much more comfortable and dealable the snow is and the cold is when you don't lose power. It's weird. It's really, really, really weird.
It sounds weird, man.
Yeah.
Here we are sitting in I think the low yesterday was 22 in Auckland, which was uncomfortable for sleeping. Well, actually, it wasn't too bad at my house because we got a heat pump installed in October and haven't turned it off since. It's been on cool non-stop. It's quite nice, actually. It's not a snowstorm.
Fun. So that's weird that it was 22°C for you guys. 22 Fahrenheit was our high yesterday. So that it was cold. It's like -8. It's like -8.
Yeah, thereabouts.
Pass. What you want to do? You want to get yourself a heat pump and never turn it off. That's the key to a happy life. Heat pump.
Oh, my heater has barely turned off the last couple of days.
Those are rookie numbers. You need to pump those numbers up.
Nah. See, I'm actually in a house that's well insulated with dual pane windows, so it doesn't have to run 24/7, 365.
Don't forget 3 cats, and they're extraordinarily
just
warmth giving off bodies.
Yeah, wear them like a coat, a cat coat.
They were definitely all snuggled up to me when I was sleeping the last couple of days for sure. Diablo in chat asked, "But was there a nice wind as well with the temperature to make it worse?" Yes, as a matter of fact, there was. With the wind chill, at points we were down like 3, 4, 5 degrees Fahrenheit with wind chill. So yeah, no, that really sucked. That was not fun.
Next week, I'm just imagining Fan like popping up on camera, and it's like Jack Nicholson at the end of The Shining, where you just have the icicles hanging off.
Gilbert, thank you very much for that gift sub, dude. I hope Drig enjoys it. Exclamation Drig in chat. As riveting as Weather Talk is, because we all like a good weather channel, weather update. There's Gilbert. But yeah, should we talk about anything else?
I mean, that was actually kind of the least interesting part of the week. Gonna do a mental health minute update because I haven't done one of those in like a couple of months.
Let's go, juicy. Who did you give COVID to this week?
They're just gonna slide right on by that one.
That was mostly for DK. I always like making DK laugh.
But that's fair. So I actually had a therapy appointment on Wednesday, which was the 2nd, which I didn't realize, but according to my therapist, was literally the 1-year anniversary of my first therapy appointment.
Oh wow!
So that was kind of so. I knew it was kind of like right in on the time frame because I knew it was right around about this time last year that I started doing the thing. But it was literally 1 year to on the day, and kind of a night and day difference as far as everything. It's been a year. It's been a year of a lot of change and a lot of what feels like personal growth.
That's good.
Yeah, well, that's always kind of the, is it actually personal growth? But no, I mean it's been a year of good stuff.
Dolly, let's
Dolly with the gift sub to Tucker.
Thank you very much for that gift sub, Dolly. It's very nice of you.
It's awesome. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Going into that and basically being able to be, it had been about 4.5 months since my last appointment. I didn't realize it had been quite that long. But it was kind of nice going into it and not really having a lot of negative things to discuss. Like I had some, there were some moments around, when my wedding anniversary would have been in early January, where there was a little bit of a thud for a couple of hours, but other than that, like everything's been pretty fucking good.
That's good, man.
It's the realizations of or the continued realizations of that I really do have a lot of amazing friends, and I really do have people that I can lean on when I need to, but not necessarily having to, but like knowing that people are there and would be there for me if needed and all that. It's just been it's like those type of realizations, and then because I'm in a better space, like I've been able to be there for a lot of other people, but for the last few months as well. So
yep. You can't pour from an empty cup, as they say.
Yeah. So the reality is that it's been it's been a year full of change. Um, I'm I'm actually hoping this year is kind of boring. I
In the
I
best possible way.
Yeah, in the best possible way. I would like some boredom.
Well,
Whether or not that's gonna happen, I don't know, but
maybe not
we'll
confuse
see.
boredom with like, you know, fulfillment, right? Or contentness. Contentness, is that contentness.
Contentedness.
Contentedness, yeah. Don't confuse words with other words. Because
So,
life needs spice, but it doesn't need ghost peppers.
Yeah, I was gonna say the last couple of years I think have been the one chip challenge version of that.
Yeah, you've been chewing on them reapers. We need to switch to, I don't know, some sweet chili or something like that. Just the
or you know what? From Reapers down to jalapenos.
mm,
A
all
little
of
bit of
these.
spice, but not too much.
All of this sounds like hospital visits for me. Uh,
For
That's
some
accurate.
people.
Yeah.
and that's 2022 is going to be boring you to hear first. Wow, we'll get into that in short order. That's good, man. That's good. That's real healthy. That's a healthy place to be. It sounds like there's been some healing going on. You've had some scabs heal over, which is nice. Sometimes you got to pick away. No, I don't even want to go down that route. No, it's good, man. That's really positive.
Yeah, I understand where you were about to go with that, but yeah, that's probably
No one wants to hear
not.
me talk about scabs.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, not even a little bit.
Life. Yeah, exactly right. You need a quotes feature? I don't know, man. I don't understand the quotes thing. This is the resupply, not hashtag popping. What's hashtag? Ooh, yuck. Ugh, I can only imagine what that is.
Zits. He's talking about zits.
Yeah.
Go ahead and just let your imagination drift with that.
Pass. Pass.
Hard pass.
Not pass. So yeah, cool. That's really awesome, dude. I'm really happy that you're in a better place in your life. Obviously we
Me too.
want nothing but goodness for you as your friends and brethren. Yeah, that's what we want for you. How's your week been, DK?
Hey, not too bad. Just trying to utilize my standing desk more, as you all can see. And I don't know, pretty, I guess, boring in the good sense for me week. I'm literally just counting down the days to Colorado now. And I keep thinking, I'm just like, yeah, it'll be so nice. I'll get these things out of the way, and then I'll go to Colorado, and everything will be great. And I'm like, yeah, but when you get back, there's still like half the semester left. I keep thinking that this is like, oh yeah, and that's my reward, the end of the term, and then I get to go right back to work for like 8 more weeks.
Someone's doing DK's furniture.
Yes, the economy, Smalley. The economy stole my furniture.
Clearly, professors don't get paid enough.
But I'm having some good Schadenfreude this week. Like Facebook lost a quarter of its value, so hey, it's been a good week overall. Why not?
Yeah, I thought you were very pro Facebook. You're an avid Facebook advocate.
Notoriously.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Bro, did you even short them? Yeah. Did you?
Shoulda.
Shoulda.
Always shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
Yep. Who would have thought it? Speaking of things with no value, just before we went live, I purchased myself another NFT pack. So, Madden NFT
course you did.
pack opening.
That was a great transition.
Probably, thank you. Probably on Wednesday, before the Lego stream. I did one. Oh, we did it. Sorry, at the end of the Lego stream, this week. And it was fun. We did it just as like. We got done just as like a bigger Lego streamer raided us, and I was like, fuck, I better go back and talk about Lego shit for like at least 10 minutes. But yeah, you just sold a Yusuf Nurkic for $90 this week. Hell yeah. Fucking Russ is killing it. Get in there in the NFL all day, my bro. It's currently in beta test, so you missed the drop for today. But if you can get in the beta test, you might be able to get a Super Bowl pack when they drop.
Maybe you can get lucky and draw our Lord and Savior Joe Burrow.
So my brother-in-law, because he's the one who got me into like everything that I like, but specifically like NFTs. But he brought up for whatever reason, like football cards and Pokemon cards have just gone absolutely batshit crazy this year. And he bought like all these packets from our local EB Games of these boxes of football cards, and he
Nice.
said that the value of them have just exploded. It was like $50 a card, $50 a box, and I think you could sell the box for like $500 or something now. It's crazy. But he pulled himself a hologram Joe Burrow, and that card all the way to the moon. Shot Joe.
To the moon.
Yeah.
To the moon, as they say.
I got a Mac Jones last week. I was very happy about that. Anyway, you moved all your crypto into sports betting? Smart. That's the way to go. Right. So, this week has been a really eventful week.
One way to put it.
So, for those of you who have a decoder ring at home, I don't know. I don't want to use it. It sounded weird coming out of my face. But anyway, so for those
really
of you who have been watching the show for the last couple of weeks, you know that I have been flip-flopping all over the place when it comes to WCT. So back in January? I don't know. I bought some tickets. New Zealand government were like, "Hey, we're gonna open the borders back up for returning travellers in February, so yay." And I was like, cool, that kind of lines up with West Coast. So I bought flights to West Coast tournament, was like awesome, and then Omicron was like, nah bro, just sit back down. And the government were like, oh no, Omicron. So then they closed the borders again. They were like, no, we're gonna push that shit out. We don't know to when. Probably we'll readdress it at the end of Feb. So I was like, I don't think it's going to happen for me. I'm like 90% sure I'm not coming to WCT.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So we came on the podcast. We said all that last week. And then this week, there was an announcement made.
Van changed his flights. We made an arrangement for a substitute player. Everything was lined up just fine. Because Steve was like, "I can't go."
Yeah. So many plan changes, so many flight changes. I'm like, okay.
UK has new Omicron with blackjack and hookers. Fuck yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. Everyone.
Big fan.
Yeah, big fan. So the New Zealand government announced this week that they are removing the need for returning citizens to go into managed isolation and quarantine, MIQ, as of the the end of February for citizens returning from Australia. And then as of the 13th of March, it'll be the case for the rest of the world, which includes the United States. So it means if I come to Nats, I can potentially get home. I just have to, not Nats. If I come to WCT, I can potentially come home without going into MIQ, which is really great. All I have to do is extend my trip by a week, which has its own problems.
Yeah. Which I enjoy giving you shit for. They're just like, I can't do MIQ, that's way too expensive. Let me just spend an extra week in the States.
Well, look, I can
just have an international vacation for an extra week.
All I gotta do,
much more affordable.
All I gotta do is eat Taco Bell nonstop, and live with Than for a week. So all doable.
You're gonna need a different kind of quarantine after that, buddy.
Yeah. So, I mean, things are looking up. The one that I haven't inquired yet about what my flight change is going to cost. If that ends up costing as much as MIQ was going to cost just to change my flights, maybe it doesn't happen. So that's the next hurdle. But as of yesterday, I was like, I think we can make this happen. I did think about it this morning though. I would be coming. Well, yeah, I'd be coming to the States for like 3 weeks to play Laser Force for 4 days. And I was like, is that a good return? I don't know. We get to play Laser Force here.
If you make a side trip over to St. George, you could probably get a couple more days of laser tag in. So, you know, it turns into more like maybe 6 days.
That is true, actually. I didn't think about that. So, as of right now, exactly right, Stallion. But look, we said this in the podcast that we did about like our favorite tournaments, which was like this time last year. Right at this particular moment, there's not a whole lot going on in the Laser Force community. We've been going through a lull for the last 2 years, so you know we'll milk the content for all it's worth. But as of right now, as of right now, I'll come over. I'll play lasers. I'll go to Vegas, and then St. George, and then I don't know. I got to find something to do with myself for 2 weeks. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But for those of you who are interested, i.e. Tucker, I'll be around. Maybe I did look at some other stuff that we can do, and that kind of leads into what we were going to talk about today, right? Which, based on DK's blank look, is accurate.
Just trolling you, bro.
Okay, cool.
We're talking about something.
Yeah, you messaged us.
Hang on, wait. We talk about stuff on this show?
Sometimes.
I thought this was a show about nothing.
Most of it is about nothing, but it's a good quality 90 minutes of nothing. Or today's pod might be 45 minutes of nothing. But so I think we've done this topic in the past as well, but it's always good to rehash old stuff because we got a bunch of new listeners now. What was the topic?
I feel like we're doing a slightly different take on it, though.
I think so too. Do you wanna kick us off?
Yeah. So was just kind of thinking about, all right, well, if Mr. Steve is in this sort of dilemma of, well, I'm going to be taking this 4-day trip, or you know, we'll probably get like 5 or 6 days of actual laser tag in, but still. You're planning basically 1 week of laser tag, but you're planning an international flight or something else like that. What other stuff can we attach to a trip? So what non-lasers type stuff makes a good laser trip?
Boat cruise. No, probably not boat cruise. It's
like the shine's kind of worn off of those in the old post-COVID world.
They're trying to like give those boat cruises away.
Would you like a floating petri dish?
I had to think about this.
With Wi-Fi, the floating petri dish, it has Wi-Fi.
So for us, going to a place during Nats that has any sort of semblance of snow is such a novelty. And like usually Nats is in the middle of the year. If you're in the Northern Hemisphere, obviously that's your summertime. Blistering heat. If you come down to New Zealand or Australia, you could travel to see snow, but basically there's no snow anywhere close to where people play.
I didn't notice any in Queensland the couple of times that I've been.
No, not even a little.
No,
not so much.
We went to a water park instead. That's how cold their winter is.
Indeed.
Yeah. So I didn't realize it until after I'd booked my tickets. I was like, I'm going to be in Colorado. There's like heaps of mountains in Colorado.
Yes.
That is a thing they're known for, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, very, very, very big mountains in Colorado, actually. And in fact, you know, Denver's whole reason for existing is people traveling west, getting to the mountains and going, fuck that, and staying put.
This is good enough. This is good enough.
Yeah, right here.
Let's hang out here.
No, we're not going any further. Fuck this. Not doing it.
So I was like, man, I should have organized some snow sports because I fucking love snowboarding. And again, initially I was like, well, I didn't leave myself enough time to do that. Things have changed.
Or did he?
Yeah. The problem with snow sports is that
always remember to buy travel insurance, kids.
Fucking expensive.
Not wrong.
Oh, dude,
Not wrong.
I looked at like lift passes for Boulder, and Was it Boulder or Vale? I can't remember. One of the two. And it's like 500 US for 3 days. Jesus Christ. So expensive.
I was gonna say like $150 a day.
Yeah.
So that
That's
doesn't
about right.
shock me.
Which is crazy because it costs about that much here. Ah, Von with the bits. Hello, Von. How are you? Thank you very much for those biddies. It's very nice of you. But yeah, if you've got money, which at the moment I don't, which
Hence why he's planning 3 weeks of international vacation.
Totally.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I don't know. That is a good thing to do. But what's some of the stuff that you guys have done that you really dig during a Nats?
Ooh.
Or any like Laser Force holiday.
Or any trip. I mean, honestly, the St. George trip that we did last year, and going to Zion for a couple of days. So, whatever national parks are close, like I'm a big fan of, getting out into nature when I can, especially if I'm not, in and around where I normally am. So, that's always that for me is always a winner. It's just a matter of
Gotcha.
yeah. So and
is Zion open in the winter? Like, does it snow?
Yes.
You can get to, I think, the main parking lot. You just can't go through like there's like a tunnel that runs through one of their major highways where you can get to some other national parks. I think they closed the tunnel in winter, but I'm pretty sure you can still get to the main entrance as long as it's not snowed in.
Yeah, right. Because it does snow.
But it will be cold and snowy as fuck there in the winter.
Right. And maybe after a week I'll have my fill of snow. We'll see. Off I-70? I don't get it.
It is a highway that runs basically from Colorado into Utah, and yeah, having to go through the Rocky Mountains, it could be difficult to pass through there in a car. It just sort of depends.
Is there any theme parks like nearby?
No.
Like
not in the winter.
No.
God damn it.
Yeah, no.
Shit ton of traffic.
It was like the conversation in Home Alone. But they got nude beaches. Not in the winter.
We've got sandy beaches, so who the fuck wants to see them? I watched Snatch the other day. It was great. So, yeah, one thing that I thoroughly enjoyed after the Detroit Nats, we went to Vegas. There was a group of us who went to Vegas. Actually, we went all over the place. We did Niagara, we did New York, then we did Vegas, and then
you did a lot on that trip.
Oh, it was so good, man. And like, doing it as a crew is pretty fucking sweet. Like, we got up to hijinks in Vegas, but
Shocking.
What happens stays in, etc.
Except for herpes.
Except for that, yeah. But anytime you can leave Vegas with more money than you came in with, like, that's always a nice time. I was
Doesn't happen very often. So
Generally better than the alternative.
What's that? Getting scraped off the side.
Leaving with much less money than you came in with.
Yeah. Unless you budget for it. So on my last few trips to Vegas, I budgeted.
As you should.
Yeah, as you should. I budgeted a gambling budget, and both times have walked away with significantly more money than I started with, which is.
Well, good for you.
That's what we call quit while you're ahead.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if you know this. We're a bunch of ballers. We're quite good at gambling.
Really?
No,
never.
Not even accurate. We played craps for 7 hours and had no fucking idea how the game works, and yet we walked away.
Nobody does.
With thousands.
Nobody
of dollars.
does.
It was great. That's right.
They throw the dice and they throw some chips around the table.
Yeah, they go yay.
Nobody knows.
If they go yay, hold your hand out. That's how that game works.
Exactly. Anybody who tells you they understand how craps works, they're just lying.
There
are no rules.
Oh, I totally know what's happening here. Yeah, right on.
Not even a little.
So, like, what else? What else is good?
Well,
Well, I
man,
mean, you mentioned theme parks,
Mm.
so I feel like pretty much every Nats we've managed to squeeze into theme park trip is always a good time because going to theme parks on its own is good and fun, but going with lasers people definitely ratchets it up
Because,
a few extra degrees.
like, how many people were at Cedar Point with us? It must have been like 20 of us, right? 15, 20 of
Yeah,
us?
because we had at least like 3 or 4 carloads full
Yeah.
of people that were there. So I think,
Oh,
yeah, it was probably around about 20.
and for half of that day, it was such a good day. The back end was a bit rough.
Yes. If it hadn't been like the hottest day on record in Cedar Point, might not have might have
Yeah.
been a better day.
I think I would have had a better Nats experience because, again, for those who don't know, we went to Cedar Point before Detroit Nats. I got mad heat exhaustion, borderline heat stroke, and
You were not the only one.
yeah, I missed all the practice, so it's really hard to prepare for a tournament in a new maze you've never played at when you are unable to play. I just couldn't do it, and then I missed a whole nother
weird
Detroit
that.
week. It's not a good trip, but never mind.
I just remember like by the time it hit about I think 11 o'clock or noon, basically after every single roller coaster went on, we'd go to like one of the drink stations and just pound
Smash them.
like the full cup of water and probably then some. Like, okay, we good? All right, splash some water in your face. Let's go to the next one. Let's go.
The end of the day, man, I was dragging my carcass from like building to building.
It really, really sucks.
R2 lights. Fucking hell.
I'm honestly shocked that I wasn't
Cheers.
in a worse way, given my rather pasty nature.
Water sucks. It really,
Now they
really
work.
sucks.
I don't know.
No, not really. They're supposed to be flashing, and they're just solid.
No, they don't flash. Pay attention. You're one of the hosts here. You should know how this works.
Nah.
Water doesn't flash.
No, it's solid. It's solid blue. Yeah. It was a rough day, that one. But aside from that, theme parks have been pretty good for us as a crew. Like that was one of my fondest memories of when you came down for Brisbane was spending the day at the theme park, and it was mostly the Oakley boys.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly the Oakley boys, and then was that the time the Sacramento kids came down too? Did they come on that
Well,
trip?
that was in 2018 because 2014 I was the only person from SAC who came.
That's right. Oh, that's right, because all of Auckland B were with us on that second trip as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah,
this.
we had a pretty good crew go out for that one too. I think we probably had upwards of 20 people for that trip as well.
I think that one was the bigger. Like the first one was smaller, but was kind of our first. Well, my first.
Yeah, that
excursion.
was mostly us and the Oakley boys. I
Yeah.
think was the first year that we went. But yeah, that's definitely a fond memory for me is getting off the plane. You and Al picked me up and was like, "Well, how you doing? You feeling tired?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a bit tired. You know, it was a long flight." Like, "Well, tired. Do you want to take a nap or do you want to go to Movie World?" And I'm like, "No, let's go. Let's go to the fucking theme park. Let's go."
It's amazing.
Now, by the end of that day, I was fucking done, and I fully remember when we went to go pick up Spoonie, being in the airport, falling asleep in a chair, and having Spoonie sit his giant ass on me to wake me up. So that was quite the awakening.
He spooned.
But I appreciate you guys not leaving me in the Brisbane airport after I fell asleep.
It's all right. I don't think I was with you guys on that part. I think
Maybe not on that leg.
I think my family was still living on the Gold Coast at that point, so maybe we went there. Anyway.
You did want to go visit them. I do recall that, I think.
Yeah.
Well, and so here's kind of the thing. Like, it almost doesn't matter, like, what activity you pick when you've got a group of lasers people going to do the thing, because the reality is that, let's face it, we make our own fun regardless of wherever the fuck we are.
That's right.
So, you get, even 2 or 3 or 4 lasers people together. Well, if you've only got 2 or 3 or 4, you're probably all really, really close friends, and you're gonna create your own fun anyway. When you start kind of getting that exponential expansion out to, the 10, 15, 20, even if you're not all super tight friends at that point, which you're probably not with that many people, you're still mostly creating your own fun because let's face it, we're all slightly deranged in our own special ways, and we all definitely enjoy causing a little bit of chaos no matter wherever the fuck we are.
That spice,
So
those jalapenos.
yes. Well done, Steve-O. Well done. Bringing it full circle. I like it.
That's right.
So yeah, I mean anything that is any type of social activity like that when you're getting a group of people together, pretty much always going to be a good time. Yeah, unless for some reason you've got some sort of massive personality conflict between people that are there at the same time, and even then,
Try to avoid that.
yeah, even then, you're probably just not going to be like super closely associated, and you're still going to have a good time.
Keep them separated.
So, yeah, it's just a thing. We create our own chaos.
It's
and we're really good at it.
It is. So, and I've preached this on numerous occasions. My absolute favorite thing about traveling to a tournament is the people, was hanging out with all of you in the community. Like, when we've taken over like the holiday park in Brisbane a couple of times, and every time we do it, it's so much fun. To the point
Ballarat, when we took over that holiday park too, that was fucking like I was thinking back on it. I'm pretty sure like that 2008 trip to Ballarat is bar the having to rewatch all the games for meta kits, bar that point, and even with that point, I'm pretty sure that is like my favorite laser strip of all time, just because that was, because we did basically take over that holiday park with all the Auckland teams and the Oakley team and the Brisbane people that were there, and just everybody was there. It was fucking great. So
and not just there, like with awards dinners and stuff, everyone usually gathers and you have a nice meal and like hang out for a couple hours. The difference is that if you're there as a crew for a week, the conversations that you get to have and like the memories that you create are a wonderful thing.
I was supposed to remember things. I don't know. So there are some gaps.
Smaller, you remember 40 of you taking over a restaurant on a tournament? It's so fun. And as long as everyone stays like, respectful and shit, because you can get pretty noisy and pretty messy and stuff. But as long as nobody breaks shit or like, in fact, so in during the 2018 Detroit tournament.
You mean 2019?
Yeah,
2018 was Brisbane.
Yep, 2019. Ace decided to become a waiter at the restaurant.
He bailed us out.
he was like bussing tables and like taking orders, and I don't know if the staff were like, dude, what the fuck? Maybe it was, I don't know. It seemed to go down all right though.
At that particular pub, I don't think the staff was complaining they had to do a little bit less work for our ridiculously large group. They're just like, are you going to clean up after themselves? All right, fine.
Yep, done.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. You're hoping to get a cool pre-tag breakfast and an after finals go out drinking going? Hell yeah, Tucker. If you have
pre-tag breakfast sounds like a recipe for us to be hurling our guts out, but I don't know.
Yeah, breakfast is a tough one, because especially when we start like early on some days.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on how early you start and whether or not people are morning people. And I feel like on balance, most lasers people are not.
I'm definitely not.
The only reason that I'm a morning person during the week is because of work.
Obligated to be.
Yeah.
I am obligated to be for my paycheck, and I do like my paycheck.
Like all well adjusted adults. That's why you get up in the morning.
Pretty much, yeah.
Speak for yourselves. Yeah. We do nothing but that.
I said on balance. I'm sure there are some people. We don't mind getting up early.
Yeah.
I know when we one of the trips that I took to St. George, much like you, Than, getting up to go to Zion one day, I think Disco Monkey was the most jazzed to go out and do that. So we got up. I think it was about 5:30 or 6 in the morning, so we could get out there right when the park opened. So the day before, we'd asked Aiden and Autumn if they wanted to come hiking with us. I'm like, yeah, yeah, that's fine. Lo and behold, we get up. It's like, go the fuck away. Don't wake me up. Or I'm not getting up right now. Now, fortunately, I had to go get coffee. We had to get a few other supplies. We gave them, another 30 minutes to think about it and got back and managed to get them in the car. We all went for a hike and it was good. But yeah, I know those early days are not great for some people.
Nah.
No.
We I remember in 2006 when we hosted. What, 2006? Yeah.
2006. Yep.
Sounds right.
When we hosted,
It is right.
We had the we had a I think an awards ceremony the night before. I don't know. We had a thing, and like we all drank heavily, and then
Yes, you guys all did. Yes, you did.
the next, was it even, maybe it was before the tournament, I don't know. It was basically everyone had planned to go to Roar the next day to go luging, and I was far too hungover and I did not wake up for it. Instead, I enjoyed my sleep in lying next to Deadly from Wellington. Me and him were sharing a bed at the time. It was pleasant. Wrapped in like a mat that we'd stolen from a local supermarket the night before. So that was pleasant. But we missed that trip, which was a shame, except for I think that was the trip that everyone, like a few people, bailed on the luge and absolutely racks themselves. So maybe it was a blessing in disguise we didn't actually get to go to that.
Was it Dragon or somebody else who got absolute road rash on their leg? Because I remember seeing some of those photos. I thought it was Dragon, yeah.
Dragon and Warlock, I think, who doesn't play, obviously none of them play anymore. Shout out, sidetracked. But also, I think that was the year that Rusty wasted his knee.
Yes.
Wasn't that before the tournament?
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
It was after because
Okay.
It was after because that was the whole like joke of, okay, why couldn't you have done that before the tournament and made our lives a little bit easier? No, you
You
didn't.
don't want to win that way.
That's right, because none of them, he didn't come to the awards dinner that night, which was at one of the players' houses. We had a barbecue, so yeah, he couldn't because he was in the hospital. Poor,
I don't even remember.
Even with a bum knee, you could still make a totem pole. It wouldn't have saved you guys.
totem pole.
You went there, you asshole.
Oh, I went there.
You did.
I went there because I wasn't there. Some of these great down under tournaments that I missed out on.
Yeah. I think in hindsight, like, you try and travel if you get the opportunity, kids, to go play in a tournament. And this is me selling myself on this one. Make sure you do, because usually you can create some really good memories when you go. I think I just sold this trip to myself. I'm gonna find some money from somewhere.
We're building up the FOMO.
Oh, every time we talk about a tournament that I'm not attending, I get mad FOMO. Yeah, it's part of the territory at this stage.
FOMO for these tournaments that already happened in the past.
Yeah, if only I could.
I mean, had I known how things were gonna go, like we were actually gonna get Laser Force back in Sacramento in late 2008, I probably would have actually made a concerted effort to come to Ballarat, which I would have been years out of practice at that point. I probably wouldn't have been very good, but it would have been cool just to like get in and play again and meet you and see the Oakley boys again. Well, at least Night Owl. I don't think I'd met most everybody else by then.
No, you wouldn't have. It would have been just Al at that point.
We met for
so definitely would have made more of an effort to do that at the time, because I think I would have had a good shot, because that was essentially like right before I started grad school. I think was in 2008, so I probably could have swung it, but
you'll find some money in a couch.
Yeah. So, well, what? I've already had $0. What's going into Hawk for another $2,000 gonna do?
2008 was amazing. It sure was. It sure was too. Yeah, that was a really good trip. The two tournaments you traveled to have been awesome, 100%. It's a shame that we've lost a couple of years of tournament scenes, or at least like international tournament scenes, because like this will was give you 16 years of FOMO. But yeah, like when you base like your one major holiday or your one major trip, if you're fortunate in a position where you can do that, which luckily for me, I've kind of molded my life around Laser Force trips. But like every year,
There are worse things.
You're not the only one.
Yeah,
There are worse things.
but like every year, it gives you a reason to go and travel. Yeah, so I mean, we've lost a couple of years in it, and it's pretty sad. So hopefully, with from a New Zealand perspective, anyway, because I think New Zealand's, I don't know what the border restrictions are like in Australia or anywhere else, if there are any. But New Zealand being the one that has the strictest of rules being enforced, and us being the ones slated to host the next tournament, it's really put a dampener on things. So at some stage over the next little while, probably once WCT's out of the way, we will have a discussion as a committee group or whatever, about what...
Like some of the preliminary signs were there, but everything is subject to change. That I think in the initial press release that got forwarded that you and Baden sent me, I think that the border was going to basically reopen to anybody out of country as long as you're vaccinated, I assume.
Yeah.
It was going to be like July 1st or something, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was.
So that's shaving it pretty close to when we'd be scheduling that.
It was July for any countries that have that are visa waiver countries, which is U.S., U.K., some other assorted, and then it was like October 1st for anybody that's not a visa waiver country.
Now,
with them revisiting it like February 20th as far as where they were going to push that.
So we might as well talk about it after WCT.
Yeah. And so that will also mean that whilst you don't have to go into MIQ, you still have to do a self-isolation period. And at this stage, I think that's 7 days from when you return. So, I mean, I'd be doing that anyway, coming home from the States, because, that's just...
It's filthy here. You should.
Yeah, I gotta watch the
You're not wrong.
Get in your bubble, boy.
But, yeah, that might change. It probably won't. Who knows? I don't know. Things have changed so much in the last 4 weeks. So, I mean, if that is the case, if it's, you don't have to go into MIQ, but you still have to isolate for a week, that's still going
to be
a
little rough.
Yeah. So we'll discuss the future of what happens this year for Nats. Perhaps Auckland lets go of hosting rights for this year, and we look at next year. Who knows? Because there's no point in holding a tournament that nobody can attend.
What if they threw a tournament and nobody came?
Well, especially when I know that there's other sites that are really keen to host the Nats. Like, I know that St. George are really keen to host. I know that Loveland would probably be keen to host the Nats, although WC is kind of looking like a mini Nats anyway, so they might get
with 8 teams, yeah.
You'd still come? Yeah, I know. You could just come whenever you want, though, Stallion. Whenever you want. I think what we should do from a local standpoint is maybe look at truly awful. You can come anytime you want. We look at doing something local here just for us. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah. That's kind of where things are at with that competition, but we'll deal with that later. Right now, we're all about the hype for WCT. as of right now, I'm very excited that I'm going to be meeting the UK contingent, the German contingent. Very happy to be playing potentially in two major new sites that I've never played. I'm not looking forward to all of the running. I'm going in so much trouble when it comes to that. I'm so unfit, dude. It's terrible. But I was training. I fell off the bandwagon over Christmas and never managed to climb my way back on. So we'll see.
Many of us do. That's the other thing about organizing your life around laser strips. It's definitely given me a reason most every year to kind of get in shape and get my shit together.
It's very good that you got the discipline to do it. I just don't. I'm like, no.
All right, one of you other Auckland players, I'm appointing you. It's your job to be Steve's workout partner. You gotta motivate each other. Not put it all on you. It's a two-way street, but seriously, I mean, get yourself a workout buddy. That's gonna help motivate you.
It's more. I got some other stuff, but that's a conversation for off here.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Hey, truly awful. Now that you're here, should I show the thing? Or should I wait? Should I wait till you're on stream so that you can talk about the thing? Show it? Okay. So you mentioned earlier...
Show us your thing.
You mentioned
Show us all the things.
A brand... what did you say? A brand... trader or something?
Yeah, you're a brand trader. Changing your hats in the middle of the stream.
Yeah, well, so I'm about to do it again. So watch this. Hang on.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. What are we doing?
Boom. We got one truly awful... But now,
That is a truly awful hat.
Yeah, I just went ahead and made myself some truly awful trucker caps. They are laser etched suede patches pressed onto caps. They're really, really nice. Check it out. There. Ooh, laser etching.
Very nice.
That's
kind of cool.
In the off season.
What a nice trucker hat. You look like you're ready to roll right into Ottawa now.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I want some poutine.
Wow. Well played, DK.
Hey, I mean, it's just refreshing to see an incompetent, slow-moving fascist coup happen in a country that isn't America. So, I mean,
I don't understand that reference, but yeah.
Be glad.
Yeah. Ducky, you play lasers last Sunday. Today is the first day your legs don't hurt. I would, if we had thought about it more, I would have got one of you guys to maybe we could have spoke to you guys at the site and played a little interviewy thing. But it is a shame that Oakley Laser Force is no more after 30 years. Yeah, on to bigger and better things, I suppose. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys can find a new home after all this time. Not that you guys play anyway.
I was gonna say, I think your site is now their home site, Steve.
Yeah, well, so I think it was Al that was like, "Oh, I think Brisbane's our home site now," and I was like,
I mean, it might be. I'm sure they have more games there than any other place in the last probably decade. So
like, no. You guys have proxy for Mildura, so that's where you're from now. You guys are Mildura players. He's like, no.
They need some help.
Oof.
You thought about it earlier, but wasn't smart enough to me. Yeah, it's all right. That's okay. You played 7 games, was a lot of fun. Not Ballarat.
Nice.
It could be Ballarat. I don't think Ballarat.
Is Ballarat still open?
I don't think so. But I don't know. You're all Brisbane players now. Sweet suckers.
Sure, just stack all the talent you want, Brisbane. Just steal all the players. Bunch of jerks.
So Daz, were you there? Did you go play? With the crew, or did you play at a different time? Did nobody tell you? Fucking what a bunch of jerks. You play with. Oh, cool. I don't recall seeing you on a photo. Did they make you take the photo?
There you go.
They're like, we need somebody to take
no paparazzi.
Photo. Yeah. All right. Well, I think that there's gonna be a bunch of stuff for us to do for WCT. I'm looking forward to it. Have you got any plans DK? For afterwards?
I mean,
You gotta go
not
home.
really. Yeah, because I basically have to be back at work after the tournament's done. So I'm leaving on the Friday, the day after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly just kind of curious as to what the weather's going to be like when we're there. Because going to Colorado late February, early March, it could be
Crapshoot.
great. It could be we're snowed in. It really is. It's up to the
It's a
laser gods
crapshoot.
at this
Yeah.
point. It is a total crapshoot.
Right. So maybe I
So
shouldn't have booked
ideally,
flights yet.
it could be nice. It snowed every day for the last every week, the last 3 weeks. Okay, so they're getting out of the way, so it'll be done by the time we get there.
Yeah,
That's how that
weather
works.
works.
It's
Yeah.
a story, and I'm sticking to it.
That's like, you know, you never know. Maybe I'll find my way to LA and then up the coast and crash in your house again whilst you guys are sick, and overstay my welcome.
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping I don't get sick this time around.
Me too.
Yeah, but yeah, you stayed like right over there last
On the
time,
floor.
and this is now where I have to do my class. So you'll just be sleeping in bed.
I'm alright with that.
Although I guess I'll have to be back
in.
in person by that point. I don't know.
Yuck.
Yuck, indeed.
Is there anything else we want to add? Anything else you kind of want to talk about?
No, we got to keep the theme park stretch going though, because I'm realizing now every Nats since 2017, because 2017 we did the one that was close to us. It's the crappiest theme park, but it's still fine, still counts. Then 2018 we did Movie World. 2019 was Cedar Point, and then at Fake Nats last year we went to the other Six Flags. I don't remember what it's called in upstate New York.
Yeah.
Which is with the interesting people watching.
But I get sick of being the pandemic response.
Yeah, pretty much.
Um,
Pretty much.
There was a theme park we went to in Sacramento. Didn't we go to a Six Flags?
Yeah,
was
it's a Six
2017.
Flags.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in 17.
You said that was crappy.
I mean,
Yeah.
on the scale of things, compared to say Cedar Point or even Movie World, I feel like it
Oh, I
was
can't wait.
it's substandard.
I can't wait.
But
to
maybe
show
it's
you
just tainted by the
Rainbow's
fact
End.
that we're like, oh, we're not that far from San Fran. We'll just drop virus off the airport and I won't make him take a bus. What an idiot.
I'm gonna take you to New Zealand's only theme park. You're gonna love it. Ugh, it sucks. Yeah, right. Well, we would definitely find some stuff to do. I can't wait. This is gonna be bloody cool.
Oh yeah, there's tons of stuff that I had marked that I wanted to do in New Zealand and then just kept getting pushed back. But
Yeah.
we'll get there.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
We shall get there.
Still not
Eventually.
too old.
Yet.
Some of us.
Come visit. Ask Gibbo said that he'll come and take a picture with you and the big Doomslayer. Hell yeah. At some stage, I'm not even considering Europe as an option for the next 2 years for me to travel to. Europe is very far away from us. I think it's like 40 hours in transit for us to get to the Czech Republic, something like that.
We better just dig in a hole and hoping to come out the other side.
That's right. Exactly right. If you take them to Rainbow's End, you guarantee you hear the phrase, "Is this it?" Oh yeah, 100%. There's bigger, like, I think the like state fair was bigger than our theme park.
Hey man, you've already sold me on this luge that I'm going to absolutely wreck myself on, so that'll be perfectly fine.
There's a
Between that and the Hobbiton stuff, I'll be good.
yeah,
Don't worry about
we've got
it.
way cooler stuff, right? It took you 23 hours to get to Belgium from Auckland. Yeah, right. I would have guessed it'd take longer. It took me 30, I think. Well, me and Dan 30 to get to Paris, with 30 hours in transit to get to Paris, from here. So, yeah, it's a
Nope.
it's a trek.
That is that is the peril of being in New Zealand and parts of Australia and whatnot. You can't get there from there. You have to go someplace else and start over.
Yeah, exactly right. Although like we are like decently placed to get to the States, I suppose. It's still a long haul flight.
It
Actually,
could be worse on the scale of things. You just have to cross just the one ocean. That's not that big a deal,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
How big could it be?
That's what she said?
Well, that seems a good place to. fuck, there was one other thing I was going to talk about, but I can't remember what it is now, so it's probably not that
Couldn't have been that important.
Next week. Next week we have a guest. We're going to hopefully have a guest. But you're away next week, is that right, Than?
Yeah, I will be. I'll be on vacation on the Oregon coast, making my travel goal of I have a travel goal this year of getting to the ocean in each quarter, whether it's the Atlantic or the Pacific. And so next week I'm going to Oregon for a few days. So yeah, I will not be on the podcast next week.
Are you
will be.
Are you gonna play tag while you're there? You're gonna try and play lasers?
Probably not, no,
You
because
should.
I'll be on the coast.
How
And
far away is that from Portland?
Oh, it's like 2 hours. Should be fine. Easily pop over for a game.
That's your commute, right? Your morning commute.
You mean my morning commute of walk from my bed to the den to my den?
That one can be rough.
Pre-COVID.
That's I could totally pull a muscle from point A to point B. Yeah, that's rough.
I don't have socks on, and then I kick an ottoman. Shit. There is Jojo, who was in chat earlier today. That's his stomping grounds. So if you need a pal to play some Laser Force with, go hit them up. Yeah, that's actually one thing I was thinking about, is having a look at where a bunch of Laser Force locations are in the States, and perhaps making my way there. But again, doing that winter seems like a dumb idea. So we'll see.
You've had dumber ideas.
Oh, that one's a pretty bad
Get back on the beach with Than in the lovely 10-degree weather that you're gonna be having on the Oregon coast.
Yeah, that is. It's a little dumb, but it's ocean. And
It's still nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still nice.
It's still really nice up there.
And even better, it's not Texas.
Yeah.
So.
And this season, you can get a lot. You don't have to fight for parking nearly as much. I'll say that.
Correct.
Simple formula: Laser Force sites in America within a 10K proximity to a good barbecue joint. That's a hell of a road trip. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. Although barbecue at the moment, I've found does not agree with me. I have to give up my love for barbecue meats.
Jesus, Steve, if you make it over here, I'm just gonna hit you on rice cakes for the week, so make sure you're not out of commission for the tournament.
Yeah. Chances are I'll get there and then not get to play a tournament anyway.
Oh, guys, again, I gotta go to hospital.
Milk, Dave, give me the milk. IV fluids on you, 100%.
Yeah, do not fuck yourself out of playing if you're arranging this entire trip just to come play some laser tag.
4 days. Nah, I think things will be alright. We'll see. Although I'm putting the call out, anyone in Colorado area that would like to come pick me up, that would love the pleasure to pick me up on the whenever it is the fuck that I get in,
Friday.
that'd be much appreciated. Yep. I will reward you with some sort of something, food, something.
Something.
Booze, something. But I'll figure that out. So, yeah, next week we have a guest. I have no merch to give. Sorry, that's not really an option. Maybe a Blueson hat. Depending on when you'd be down. Thank you very much, Tucker. I'll flick you a message. Yeah, next week we have a guest. He knows. We've talked to him. We've arranged a guest.
Oh, that's good.
Exactly right, Ducky. That's exactly the reward. No refunds. During the week, we have a bunch of streams coming up. Hopefully, I've been working on some stuff behind the scenes this week for like a little creative project. Basically, it's the next Toothpick Steve song.
Nice.
So hopefully I'll finish that this week. We'll see what happens. That guy's a slave driver. Driver. Hate him. Is there anything else that you guys want to say before we get the fuck out of here?
3 weeks to go. Come on, I'm starting to get itchy. Gotta get to Colorado. Let's go.
3 weeks. Holy shit, dude. That's so close.
It really is.
Oh, I'm so nervous now. I'm gonna get stuck somewhere with
You
COVID.
should be.
I get COVID. They're gonna be like, "No, you can't come home. Sorry. Enjoy living in Texas with Dan." All right. Look. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us today. We will be back next week with way more content. Hopefully on Tuesday we'll be back playing some more Laser Force. It's real nice to be able to play some. We actually, before we go, we did play a members night. We had like basically seven players. We had 8, but like they set out half the night. So we had like 7 players, but with the addition of Laser Ball, 7 has become actually like all
Usable?
good. Yeah,
Doable?
yeah. 8's always a good sort of minimum number. Like if we only had 6 players that turned up, we could easily do a night of Laser Ball. It would be a bunch of fun. We've got some new players that we're bringing through as well, and they're thoroughly enjoying all of the game modes. But like, it's nice to give them a taster rather than flood them with just Space Marines.
No, that's fair.
We also had a stream delay from hell. Yeah, it's my laptop. My laptop's old. It was dropping frames and it just pushed the time frame out and out. There's no way to fix that, so that might be how it goes from now on. We'll see. But yeah, we'll be back with more Laser Force Live, more Lego, probably Thunderdome Thursday coming up, and then we'll be back with our guest next week for more quality entertainment.
Quality.
But for this week, I've been Guy Next Door.
I have been DK.
And I have been Than.
Always remember to backtrack, kids. I hate you, standing desk. Always remember to backtrack, kids. We'll see you next week. Ka kite anō.